Today, I will tell you the story of an Islamic princess who chose love and freedom over her royal status, bringing upon her a trail of dishonor, scandal, and outrage. Today, we talk about the story of Princess Salme Said. Hello guys, and welcome. If you would like to hear more historical gossip, then just click on that subscribe button. Now, let's start today's video. Salme, who later changed her name to Emily Root, was born in Zanzibar in 1844. She was the daughter of Sultan Said, the king. Salme's childhood and her education was strongly influenced by the cultural and religious norms of Islam during those years, which by today's standards might be considered extremist. In fact, in traditional Islamic communities, women were often subject to solely domestic and familial roles, with the primary responsibility of taking care of the home and family. Among the main roles of women, we find that of giving birth and raising children, taking care of the household and domestic chores, and being obedient and satisfying the needs of their husband. In wealthier or influential families like Salme's, however, women could enjoy a certain degree of protection and privilege, yet they were often subjected to greater surveillance and control by the men of the family. Women had less access to education and economic opportunities compared to men, and marriage was often seen as a crucial aspect of their lives, with limited options for independent choice. Respect and obedience to the father, and later to the husband, was strictly obligatory. From a young age, Salme's life as a princess was marked by alternating royal duties and religious and social obligations to uphold as a woman. Salme, being the daughter of a sultan and a member of the royal family of Zanzibar, often had to visit the port of Zanzibar, which was an important centre of trade in the East African region, a place of interest for the local nobility. There, Salme met the man she fell in love with. His name was Enrique Root. He was a middle-class German merchant involved in trade with East Africa. He dealt in various goods, including spices, fabrics, coffee, and purchased local products to bring to Europe. To highlight how the standards of the time were different from today's, there is the fact that Salme was only 14 years old, while Enrique was already 32 when they met. Despite the significant age difference after their encounter at the port, it is said that the two immediately liked each other. Enrique began to attend social events, receptions, and meetings organised by members of the royal family, where he knew Salme would be present in the hope of meeting her again. And so began their clandestine love story. They decided to flee together. But what specific reasons led them to make such a drastic decision? Let's start with Enrique's possible reasons. If they had been discovered since Salme was the Sultan's daughter, their relationship would have been seen as an act of disobedience and rebellion against paternal authority in the royal family. Enrique would have been considered an accomplice to the offence against the crown. This would have led the local authorities to impose severe legal consequences on him, including a period of imprisonment. Afterwards, since Enrique was a foreign citizen, he would have been expelled from the country without being able to return. In addition, if all of this would have been made public, it could have damaged his reputation as a merchant, and consequently, his business. But what would have happened to Salme instead, if her father, the Sultan, had come to know about this love story? Salme probably would have also spent a period in captivity. She would then have been disinherited, losing all her privileges and status. Her reputation would have been tarnished, and she would have spent a life marginalised from the Zanzibar community. For these reasons, their escape was thoughtfully planned. Enrique and Salme sailed away through a foreign ship docked at the port of Zanzibar. They had to disguise themselves and obtain agreements to bypass the control of the local authorities and for the port security not to recognise Salme. Finally, they landed in Europe, Germany, in Enrique's homeland. They got married and started a new life together, and Salme changed her name to Emily Root. Enrique continued to work as a merchant, while Emily initially devoted herself to literature and writing, which helped her to settle in a country so different and far from her hometown. Emily found the joy of being able to express her own autonomy and independence after having been subject to a life of many restrictions. Emily, in her new life in Europe, became a renowned writer. Famous is her book memoirs of an Arabian Princess from Zanzibar, which offers a precious account of her life in Zanzibar and her experiences after the fleet. Her memoirs have become an important contribution to the understanding of the history and culture of Zanzibar, as well as the difference of the life in Europe. Emily and Enrique had 5 children together, and they lived happily ever after. And you guys, did you know the story of the brave Princess Salme, who then became Emily the writer? Let me know in the comment below. I hope you liked this topic, because this is part of a series of videos about badass women of history, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss the next episode. Thank you for watching.